So here, our 2 jars of beef are ready to go in the canners. I wanted to mention first that if you were canning venison or any kind of wild game type meat, what helps tame the gamey flavor of that type of meat is to soak your meat in a salt brine solution for an hour, or you could also can those products in tomato juice, and that will help tame that gamey flavor. So for canning meat, we have to use a pressure canner. And I have 2 types of pressure canners here. I'm only going to actually use one of them. This is a dial gauge canner, and the one that I'm going to use is called a weighted gauge canner. So in pressure canning, we only need to have 2 to 3 inches of water in the bottom of the canner. So you can use a ruler to measure that, to make sure you're at that level. Always refer to your manufacturer's instructions to make sure you have the proper amount of water. The other thing that is a good idea to add is about 1/4 cup of vinegar, and this will help keep your jars clean, prevent any hard water deposits from making a film on the outside of your jars, and it cleans up your canner. So now we're ready to put the jars in. And then we want to leave a little bit of space. Even I've only got 2 jars in here, but if we had a full canner load, we would want to leave a little bit of space between the jars so that the steam gets completely around all of the jars. All right, our jars are in the canner and we're ready to put the lid on. And the lid only goes on one way on these canners. So there's an arrow on the lid and an arrow on the handle, and you match those up and then you twist the lid on. So our lid is on the canner, and at this point we have to wait for the pressure and the heat to start building. And this stem here is called the vent, and we have to watch for steam, a full blast of steam, to start coming out of the canner. And then we will time that steam for 10 minutes. This helps push the air out of the canner, gets it good and hot, builds the steam up inside the canner, and that way your pressure will build up properly. If you skip this step, your canner is not going to get up to the pressure that it should, and you'll be under processing your products. This type of canner over here is a dial gauge canner, and again, we have to wait for the steam to come out of the vent, and we will time that for 10 minutes.